Hi guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Austin Betha and I'm super glad to be finally back. Finally is key in this sentence because you see this laptop that's looking at me right there. That laptop has given me so much headache, especially today, well, from last night. And I just got back in. Not been fixed, but I mean I can work with it for the meantime, pending when I'm able to fix it. Anyway, that's not why I'm here. I'm here because Laycon is back. And oh my god, this is not even me being a genius and knowing everything that's happening. I'm actually dedicating this particular video to Anne-Marie Onche. I don't know how to pronounce the surname. I mentioned to you guys that my laptop was messing up and all of that, and that's the reason I couldn't put up the day 3 of my Big Brother Naija highlight recap and all of that. And in that comment section, Anne-Marie told me that I Am Laycon is out. I mean episode 6 to 10 is out, and I was like, oh no, it's not. She's like, Betha, please check, it's on Twitter. So yeah, this video is happening because of you, Anne-Marie. Thank you so much. Thank you for looking out for things like this for me. I truly appreciate it. Okay, now without wasting any more time, let's just dive right into the video.
Ryan Little.
Now, of course, in the last episode of I Am Laycon, I told you guys that Laycon went on a blind date. I mean, Yomi had planned it out, and you know, he was having that blind date with the girl. They were right there at the restaurant, and of course, they continued from that, you know, in episode 6. And you know, we had the girl asking Laycon questions, you know, how has it been like since you got out of Biggie's house? You know, what has the experience been like, and all of that. And Laycon is like, no, it's not an interview, okay? This is a date. Please do not ask me the same questions that they will normally ask me at radio stations and TV stations. Let's just talk. But the girl being an OAP, now the kind of question where she's happy with that, then she was like, okay, fine, let me now say something else. And there was a time when you were in the house, I tweeted something, you know, something you said at that time had resonated with me and all of that. And Laycon was like, what exactly did I say and what did you tweet about? And she was like, oh yeah, in the house there was a time you were having a conversation with Erica and you said some things to her. The first one was the part where you were like, if everyone else is being stupid, you do not also have to be stupid. You know, it was just one of those days when Laycon and Erica were having a conversation and was probably trying to talk to her about something or just trying to give an illustration. You guys know how much Laycon loves to illustrate and all of that, yeah? And then the second thing she mentioned that stood out for her was when he said to Erica that the fact that I like you doesn't mean that you have to like me back. You know, I'm not telling you that I like you so that you can now like me back. You know, that's not how it works. I'm just telling you that I like you because I like you, you know. And Laycon was like, oh yeah, that's exactly how I felt. You know, I told her how I felt about her. I like you, Erica, and that was all I said in the house. I know that that sentence is deep, you know, but I don't want to dwell on that. I like her, so I like her, let's just move on. He said he wasn't expecting anything in return and all of that. But I mean, as a human being, it's just okay that when you tell someone you like them, you kind of wish that they like you back. But of course, it doesn't always happen like that. So we need to learn to take no for an answer. You know, no is also a full sentence. It's a complete sentence. No means no. Laycon then went on to ask the girl, okay, what's up? Oh, are you in a relationship? And she was like, it depends on who is asking. I don't understand. It depends on who is asking how. Are you in a relationship? Yes or no? Which one be depends? Depends on what? She now asked Laycon, you yourself, are you in a relationship? Laycon was like, no. Was that difficult to answer? So why are you finding it difficult telling me if you're in a relationship or not? And she's like, oh well, I'm just kidding. She did not answer that question. She used mago. She did not answer that question. But then when she left and everything, which by the way, that date was awkward. Both of them were just looking at each other. Nobody knew what to say. Then when one person started saying something, the other person was just there like looking. I'm like, okay, it's fine. It's a blind date. This thing's about to happen. They finished the date. The girl left and she was now texting Yomi. Oh yeah, I kind of like him. You know, he's actually a very cool person. A cool person. You did your night. They ask you questions. You know, if you shoot your shots. Shoot your shots, my sister. Now the next thing opens up in Laycon's room. Apparently Laycon was ill, you know, after the whole trip and everything. You know, he fell ill. The guy was taking injection. They want to use injection tear my brother and Nash. At some point Laycon was like, guy, I cannot feel my bum. I cannot even feel the left side of my balls. Like, that's how bad it is. I'm like, what's up? Like, which kind of injection they give this boy? When the nurse that was treating him now came into the room and everything, because Yomi was also in the room. Apparently, Yomi had come to ask him how he was feeling and all of that, yeah? And then when the nurse now came in, Laycon was like, see, I don't even know the kind of injection you are giving me because I don't understand. Clearly, the guy had already taken like 5 drips. He had taken injections, you know, and all of that stuff. So, he was really complaining to the lady, and the lady was like, oh no, the kind of injection I gave you is the oily one. Me, I never really hear oily one before, but I mean, she's a nurse, she knows what she's talking about. She says it's not the normal injection, that is the oily one, and that's actually why he feels Coco be say the brother Nash don't scatter, they don't use injection, tear Nash. Now the part that cracked me up in all this conversation about injection and Laycon not feeling well, Uncle Yomi was concerned about the dates. It was like, guy, Alpha, how the babe? You like the babe, like Alpha? And Laycon was like, what is wrong with you? That's part of the reason I'm not feeling fine. The time I was supposed to be resting, you were setting me up on a blind date, blah blah blah. And Yomi was like, Alpha, do you like her? Do you like her? And Laycon was like, yeah, she's cool. I'm probably gonna text her later on. Yomi was like, so you guys don't exchange numbers? Like, yo, you exchange numbers. Laycon just said no, that he got her snap and all of that. Yomi was just trying to cheer his brother up and all of that. And for me, that's everything. Family is everything, okay? Now the next scene opens up in the sitting room. Apparently Laycon was resting in his room and all of that. BC was home. Of course, you guys remember that BC happens to be Laycon's best friend, and of course Yomi was also in the house. Now Yomi was bored. The guy now entered Laycon's room when Laycon was sleeping and everything, and brought out almost all the frames, Laycon's frames that had been hung on the wall and everything. He brought everything out to the sitting room and aligned them on the wall, and he now called BC like, come, let's go down memory lane, let's try and figure out where he got each of these pieces and all of that. And in the process, he was like, let's just call Laycon, I'm sure he's going to like this. And then as soon as Laycon got into the sitting room, he got very emotional, like looking at the pictures, all smiles and all of that. And they were now trying to figure out, oh yeah, this one was given to me in Abeokuta, oh yeah, this one was given to me in Owerri. They were just looking at the pictures and just thinking about how much he has been able to do since he got out of Biggie's house. And Yomi said something that actually hit me deeply, like that one enter. He was like, look Laycon, you did not break down for no reason, okay? You broke down because you were trying to put smiles on the faces of the people that actually made you smile this much on all of these pictures. Like for me, that was deep. And the way I took it deeply, Laycon took it that way. He was like, wow, thank you, thank you. It was so, that was really, really sweet. Like, sweet. Next on, they moved over to Bogije, somewhere inside Lakwe, that side, where the Big Brother house, the house, not Big Brother's house, so for good, they're going to find Big Brother. The house Big Brother actually gave to Laycon as the winner of the show and everything. The house is actually one of the Revolution Plus properties and all, so of course they were there to welcome him, just show him around the house and all of that. And for Laycon, he mentioned that he was really, really excited about the house because once you get into the estates, the first house where you go see na house, okay? You don't need to drive inside and all of that. And the place is really spacious. He actually really likes the house, but the only problem with it is it's quite far from town. But in all of that, he was grateful that now he's a house owner. So they basically took pictures, after he cut the ribbon. The Revolution Plus lady took him around the house, spoke to him a little bit about the estate and Revolution Plus as a whole. And that was it for that particular scene, okay? Now the final scene that opened to us on this particular episode got me crying. Like, it was quite emotional for me. Of course, you guys know that Laycon's dad died about 3 years ago. Well, if you did not know, now you know. His dad died about 3 years ago. And I told you guys from one of the past episodes that they were trying to plan a memorial service for his dad. Laycon had put in a lot of effort into that. His brother Temitope, and brother Yomi as well. The three of them had actually put in a lot of ideas, and all of that. But clearly, it couldn't hold. The service couldn't hold anymore because of COVID, okay? A lot of people that were supposed to be there could not turn up because there were restrictions and all, and that kind of made Laycon feel really sad. He was like, he really wanted to do this for his dad, and but Temitope came all the way from Ibadan only to realize that the thing couldn't hold. He even struggled getting to Lagos in the first place. You guys know how traveling was like during COVID and all, so it was just really a sad moment for the three of them. At some point Bartoke now suggested that maybe they should just hold like prayers for the dad, call the imam from home. And imam is more like a pastor, so for Christians we have the pastors, for Muslims we actually have the imam. They brought the idea of an imam just having some form of prayers for the dad, his children and all of that. And Yomi suggested that, instead of just having a kind of hush-hush type of memorial for dad, let's just wait for another 2 years and then we have it in a grand style. For him, it feels like that would be better off. They have enough time to plan and all of that. And while they were talking, he was like, yeah, we have to even send Popsy's picture to the imam. Then Yomi went inside, brought a frame of their dad, and oh my god, like, I felt it. You know, that entire scene, the whole mood, the soundtrack, everything was just really solemn. And you know, Laycon holding on to his dad's frame, you know, smiling and all of that, just brought back a lot of memories to me. I'm not saying I knew his dad or anything, but I know what it feels like. You know, I lost my grandfather and my grandmother. We actually buried them the same day. So, you know, just holding on to that frame kind of brought back all those memories for me, because Laycon was there smiling at the picture, and I lost it, you know. I actually cried. I actually cried because, I mean, I'm a crybaby, but yeah, it was really emotional for the three of them. For me too, you know, for me too. I was quite emotional. And Laycon was like, he actually wished his dad was here to witness all of this. Like, imagine the smile, the excitement that his dad would have had, you know, knowing that his son was the youth leader in Ogun State and all of that. It would have been so much of a big deal for his dad, but you know, God knows best. I pray that his dad's soul will continue to rest in peace, and I also pray that both my grandparents and just any other person that you must have lost, I pray that all their souls will continually rest in peace. Okay, Betha, you're getting so emotional. Like, it was emotional. Yomi was like, look, I don't want to talk about this thing anymore. You know, he just walked out. That was actually the end of the episode. I don't know, guys. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Okay, bye.